The crypto world never sleeps, and neither does Ton. The last time we covered this project, things were pretty different. These past few months, the changes have been huge. We're seeing whales buying millions worth of Ton, Telegram posting record profits, and the network hitting 100 million users. Plus, with Gary Gensler leaving the SEC and Pavel Durov's situation in France, there's a lot to unpack. In this video, we're breaking down everything that's happened with Ton recently. From price action to technical updates, gaming developments, and what's coming next. Let's get into it. Before we dive into all the recent updates, let's do a quick refresh on what Ton is for anyone who's new here. Ton, or the Open Network, started as Telegram's blockchain project. Think of it as a super fast blockchain that was made to handle millions of transactions per second. While it began at Telegram, it's now run by an independent community of developers. But what makes Ton special? Well, one of Ton's biggest selling points is that it's deeply connected to Telegram's massive user base. When you use your Telegram's wallet or play games in the app, you're actually using Ton's blockchain. It's basically like having a crypto platform with direct access to Telegram's 950 million monthly users. Originally, Ton was meant to be Telegram's official cryptocurrency, but after some issues with regulators back in 2020, Telegram handed the project over to the community. Since then, Ton has grown into its own ecosystem, while still maintaining close ties with Telegram. Now that we're all on the same page, let's look at what's been happening with Ton's price recently. Let's talk about what's been moving on Ton's price lately. The crypto market got a significant boost from two major events towards the end of 2024. First came Donald Trump's presidential victory, which sparked optimism, given his historically crypto-friendly stance. Then, likely influenced by Trump's win, Gary Gensler announced his exit from the SEC, a move that further lifted market sentiment, particularly for projects that had faced regulatory pressure. For Ton, which had its own history with regulators, these developments marked a potential turning point. But what's really caught everyone's attention is the whale activity. Large investors have been making significant moves in the Ton market. In just a 4-day period, whales accumulated nearly 460,000 Ton tokens. That's roughly $30 million worth. One single day saw whales buying $1.7 million worth of Ton, the biggest one-day buy we've seen in over 2 months. This kind of whale activity often signals strong institutional interest. When large investors start making big moves around key market events, it typically suggests they're expecting positive long-term developments. Plus, these kinds of purchases can encourage smaller investors to follow suit, creating a ripple effect in the market. Beyond these market moves, Ton's story gets even more interesting when we look at what's happening behind the scenes with Telegram. Now, let's peek at Telegram's bugs, because what's happening with Telegram directly affects Ton's future. And honestly, the numbers are pretty eye-opening. In just the first half of 2024, Telegram's revenue hit $525 million. That's nearly triple what they made during the same period last year. But here's where it gets interesting. Almost half of that money, almost $225 million, came from a special deal involving Ton. What was this deal, you ask? Telegram basically made Ton the only way for small businesses to buy ads on their platform. While this exclusive deal ended in October, it shows just how closely Ton and Telegram still work together. Speaking of connections, Telegram's holding quite a bit of crypto these days. Their digital assets jumped from $400 million at the end of last year to $1.3 billion by mid-2024. They've also been actively trading, making $353 million from selling digital assets in the first half of the year. Plus another $348 million from selling Ton since then. Now you might be wondering about Pavel Durov's situation in France. While it caused some worry initially, Telegram has told their investors it hasn't really affected their day-to-day operations. The company's even looking at going public in 2026, which could be huge news for both Telegram and Ton. And get this, Telegram's regular business is booming too. Their ad revenue doubled to $120 million, and premium subscriptions brought in $119 million, up from $32 million last year. But perhaps the most exciting part of Ton's growth story isn't about money at all. It's about users. Alright, here's something pretty incredible. Ton recently hit 100 million unique wallet holders. But what's really wild is that they started 2024 with just 4 million. That's an explosion in its user base. So what drove all these people to Ton? Games. But not just any games. We're talking about simple, interesting games right inside Telegram that let you earn crypto while playing. These tap-to-earn games have become a huge hit. Let's talk about the biggest success story, Hamster Combat. This game, which lets players run their own crypto exchange, pulled in over 300 million players. When they did their token drop in September, about 129 million people got their hamster tokens. That's the kind of adoption most crypto projects can only dream about. But it's not just Hamster Combat. Games like Toncoin, Catizen, X Empire, and even a new version of Flappy Bird are all part of Ton's gaming ecosystem. These games work through Telegram's mini apps feature, making it super easy for Telegram's 950 million monthly users to jump in and start playing. Ton is also changing how Telegram handles money. They're using Ton to pay channel owners their share of ad revenue, and they've created something called stars, kind of like Telegram's own currency that's connected to the Ton blockchain. With this massive growth in users, Ton needed to make some serious upgrades to their system. Let's look at what they've been building behind the scenes. While games and prices grab the headlines, Ton's been busy making major improvements to their system. Let's start with their biggest announcement, the launch of something called Society DAO. Society DAO is Ton's new way of running things. Instead of decisions coming from the top down, they're spreading out the power. It's run by 4 main groups: Ton Core, Ton Society, Wallet in Telegram, and their new developer team, Ton Studio. This change is all about making Ton more decentralized, meaning no single group has all the control. They've also rolled out a big technical update that fixes some important network issues. Version 2024.10 makes the network faster, more efficient, and more reliable. It's like they've given the engine a complete tune-up. There's also exciting news for Telegram users who hold crypto. Remember how Telegram's wallet used to hold onto your crypto for you? Well, now they're giving users a choice. You can either let them handle it, or you can take full control of your crypto through something called Ton Space. It's already got over 100 million users trying it out. Looking ahead, Ton's got some pretty cool features in the works. They're planning to add things like tools for creating stablecoins, bridges to connect with other popular cryptocurrencies like ETH and Bitcoin, a way to make transactions without paying gas fees, a special browser just for Ton, and better tools for developers to build on Ton. So what's next for Ton? Looking at their recent moves, we can see a pretty clear picture of where they're heading. First off, Telegram's fully committed to using Ton as part of their money-making strategy. They're focusing on 2 main things: selling ads and premium subscriptions, and they're getting good at it. Their ad money doubled in just 6 months, while premium subscriptions are bringing in 4 times what they made last year. But here's what's really smart about their plan. They're using Ton to make these services better. Want to buy ads on Telegram? You might need Ton for that. Own a Telegram channel? You could get paid in Ton. It's all connected. Speaking of connections, Ton is working hard on becoming more independent while still keeping those valuable Telegram ties. With their new Society DAO, they're spreading out control of the network, but they're doing it carefully. The Ton Foundation is still going to help fund development and give out grants. They're just letting more people have a say in how things run. And then there's the big news. Telegram's thinking about going public in 2026. While Ton and Telegram are separate, a Telegram IPO could be huge for Ton. Why? Because Ton is becoming a bigger part of how Telegram makes money. All in all, Ton has some major things going for it right now. Deep integration with Telegram's massive user base, exploding gaming ecosystem that's bringing in millions of users, solid backing from whale investors, improving regulatory environment. Whether you're interested in gaming, trading, or just watching how crypto and social media come together, Ton is definitely a project to keep an eye on. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more.